Okay, we're ready to start reassembling our steering column, and I've got the main steering column shaft here, and it's all painted and nicely cured. And so first thing that we're actually going to do is to reinstall our shift mechanism. Alright, first chore on the list is we're going to separate the shift collar here from the actual shifter mechanism that throws the levers. We're just going to spread this part like that, and all you do is you just push down on it and it compresses that spring. So now we've got this kind of separated a little bit, and we got to lube it up. And I'm just using regular old wheel bearing grease for this. So we'll get a little on my finger, smear it around all right in there. We'll get it underneath all this. Even gonna need some on the top here. Okay, so we got that lubed up. We'll just pinch it back down, slide it back into place, just like that. So now we'll lube up the shaft and we'll cram it into the outer column. Okay, so we got our entire shaft all lubed up, and now we're just gonna stick it into our main shaft here. Guide it in a little bit. There we go. Get it all the way up in there. There it is. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next step. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to reinstall these little bolts. Now these hold the shifter mechanism from coming in and out. They also hold that bearing retainer collar on here. But for now we're just going to put these in place just to hold everything into place. And we're not going to torque them necessarily. We're just going to make them tight. So just a nice little turn like that. Put the second, and then we'll put the third one in. Next item on the list is to put in this little collar, and I think I may have left this out of the videos when I was disassembling the shaft. But you'll see here there's these little indentations. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those line up with these what are basically bolt holes that hold the upper part of the column on. So you line those up with those holes. You lift up on the shaft a little bit, and I put a little bit, just a light coating of grease here on the inside of this little support collar. You line that up, and then you shove the whole thing back. And there's little stops. I'll show you. Here's one. It's just a little indented area in the side of the column. There's another one right down there, and that's what it rests on. It rests in these little pockets here on the collar. So we'll get this kind of lined up. See the little pocket? We'll line it up with this little indentation, and then we'll shove it back into place. Have to lift up on the collar a little bit more. Get a long screwdriver, cram it down into position. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It just rests in there, and then the outer column assembly pushes down on it. So there's no bolts or any screws that hold that in.